follow through. Same as we saw in the Na'Vi SSG game on Cafe earlier on. So nothing too surprising there.
Some attention from Paluh and Sexy Cake towards Study. Muringa manages to find Chala through that vertical angle that we were talking about, but Pojo trades one out for himself with a kill on to Muringa, leaving us 4 versus 4. But here comes the push from Team Liquid as they move on into sight. Sexy Cake manages to find one, has the diffuser in hand, will start to try and get this plant down. Out comes the Toxic Babe and the Nitro, so just baiting out that utility, but Achieved manages to find a kill as he moves his way back in. However, Paluh, Nesk, the dynamic duo, they find 2 towards the end of the round. 10 seconds left to go. It's all down to Achieved. Nesk, he steps out, starts to get the diffuser down. Big kill from Achieved onto Paluh, but PSK moves in from the game room side and finds the final kill for Team Liquid in what was a bit of a back. 1 minute left to go, Dezen. Liquid have stalled out a little bit here.
They are a little bit here as well. Good grenade coming in, but now comes the wide swing on the angle. Geo wins that one against Sexy Cake. That's the opening kill at about 60 seconds remaining as well. 2 minutes apiece has become one of violence. Nesk bringing one back on the other side. In comes the swing. Nesk a little bit too good for that one. Makes it a double. Is this going to be one of those Nesk rounds, Ace? The ones that are in legend at this point. If he can walk through this one, my God, it would be a great start.
Achieved on Astro Stairs, just trying to hold off the push that is coming in from Liquid here. You can hear the skeleton key of Muringa just trying to open up the door to sight using those vertical angles. In comes the flashback, forces Achieved back down the stairs. He decides to throw a Nitro as he goes and he hits him with the fadeaway. Chala gets one onto Nesk. It's 2 versus 3. TSM know where they're coming from. 20 seconds left to go. Surely it's their round, but Paluh steps up with a kill from the Jackal. 2 versus 2. It's going to have to be kills as diffuser is not in hand. Paluh tries to push forward, finds one. Can he find the second? It's all down to Beaulo on the pulse. He's got the pistol. He finds the shot and takes down Paluh, and that's going to be the round for TSM, locking down the ground floor and bringing things back to...
It's all about this main stairs shield that they just don't feel they can unsettle, and of course there are ADSs stacked around it as well. But this has now pushed 2 members of Liquid back where they can't do this, so much so that Paluh was rotated off instead to go and play around Study. Goes for a smoke, gets eaten up by the ADS, can try yet another one. This one doesn't get eaten out as Achieved, bringing down Sexy Cake. That smoke should now block some vision and give him an angle through, but he isn't feeling particularly keen here. 10 seconds remain. Pojo finds yet another. They're going for the step. It's all falling apart this time round. Liquid unable to stop TSM, who have shut them down, passed them from pillar to post. TSM taking round number 3.
Much better from TSM this time around. They were able...
Especially Liquid doing that to TSM when we switch half after 6 rounds. But for now, it's Paluh looking to cover on the south side. Pojo not quite respecting that one. It's going to be a free kill. Beaulo bringing one back before Sexy Cake strikes big on site itself. It's back and forth, but the double kill for Beaulo, making a triple, has held the site down. Liquid slowed down too much by TSM, and Beaulo strikes big.
Really does at the perfect moment. What an impact play from him. Paluh pushing in. He's the last one alive. Finds one. Gets himself into a 1v1 after an unfortunate team kill. But Geo, he makes up for that. The Nitro doesn't matter as he finds that final kill. And that puts TM...
Be a real stinger.
Does just briefly see the man move across the barricade there. Won't be able to get the kill, but does find Achieved. It is ultimately, Achieved, who he saw through the barricade, who tried to rotate onto him, but Paluh was just alive and alert and ready for the danger there. Sits him down in the living room and takes him out of the round. Muringa finds Pojoman with a headshot. 5 versus 3 now as Liquid find the advantage that they've been so desperate for in the last couple of rounds. Paluh takes Chala out as well. Nesk onto Geo, and it's starting to look easy for Liquid as it's a flawless round and they bring themselves back to within touching distance, and they want that even split. Seconds left to go, and things just feeling like they're stalling out a little bit, but it is time now for Liquid to put their foot on the gas and to really accelerate them through the rest of the round, and that's going to be the start. Sexy Cake onto Beaulo. Geo goes down as well, but Pojoman comes up big with a kill onto Sexy Cake for the trade. 4 versus 3, but it's effectively 4 versus 2 with the man down but not out. Pojo's going big here, finds himself a second. Can he make it 3? He's facing up against Paluh. No, shut down as the double comes in. Paluh it was. They want to do, they've blown the wall there at the bottom of 90 corridor. They just want to push directly in. PSK is in a very important position now, but he's going to start getting challenged. It doesn't matter though. He's got Nesk and Sexy Cake backing him up. 3 versus 3 as Geo finds a trade, and there comes Achieved. A big play from him once again, but look at the clock. 10 seconds left to go. 2 versus 2, and there's still that man Nesk who's making a big problem of himself, and now it's all about that moment, and who should it be with the double but Nesk stepping back into sight.
A little bit of pressure coming in. In fact, it's Paluh and Nesk being the ones on the south side roam, just looking to pressure the members of TSM. TSM, but they're the one being pressured out. Nest still wins the gunfight against Achieved, but it was that early trade. Finds a second. Is this where he starts to really pop off? Because here, he's now 1 kill sat behind him. What a shot coming out of Nesk. A triple kill, completely shut down the side of TSM. They're left scrambling, rattled for ideas. They finally shut him down, but not before Nest has completely killed any momentum. HP. These long angles can be challenged at pretty much any given time. With 30 seconds to go, that is a nice shot. That's one, but can he find himself yet another? Expects a man to his right. Knows that one must be playing here up towards Astro. Waiting for one to come around and peek on this corner. There we go, but Muringa, he looked away at exactly the wrong time. Was getting out of his laydown spot. A closeout for Muringa and PSK. Liquid take the 4th round in a row and start propelling themselves towards this victory because of TSM. And now they've got to go pushing in pretty much raw to try and challenge onto PSK, who finds the one that he needs. Geo dropped down. In comes the final lion scan. In fact, they've got one more left after this as well if they want it. This is where they should be able to make something happen, TSM. But Nesk is still alive.
Oh, if you remembered, as I said at the beginning of the game, the real freedom that Liquid have on the defense is the strength of the core that is back on site. There we go. Nest trying to pop up from the basement. Shut down by Chala, but still 2 versus 2 now. However, Achieved with a massive kill onto PSK. That's going to allow Chala to lock in this diffuser. It's all up to Paluh. It's a trade, but it doesn't matter, as that's TSM with some explosive damage, but still finds himself alive and able to continue fighting. Out comes another nade. Will not move him. 25 seconds left to go.
The man's endured 2 frag grenades at this point as well. All the pressure and attention, the lion scans, and they still can't unseat him at this point. Ace Pojo right up against the wall, looking to have something inside the vault, but no one is moving. 2 members of TSM hit the deck. Next goes massive, finally shut down from the north side, but it's a 1 versus 3 Achieved. The only one still on his feet here, and I think for the side of Liquid, this should be an easy shutout. They'll move up to match point as Paluh collects another. Nesk, again, the terror of Aviator. Oh, not even Lou. Existing LATAM domination. Lots of expectations on Liquid in the tournament so far are finding their way past the side of TSM, and 2 massive kills to start the round. That is not the way that TSM would have envisioned this. They were getting themselves positioned below to make use of those nades and have been completely clapped by the side of Liquid on that roam.
As I said, they had to go in and deal with Muringa on the mute. They had absolutely no choice, but by playing into it with the utility and the reinforcements that have been positioned there for him as well, it funnels attackers. It forces them to approach it in a certain way, and in doing so, Muringa manages to find himself a kill, and we see Liquid doubling down as well. And that now leaves it all up to Chala, Geo, and Beaulo. They have now got 1 minute 20 to rescue this opening game for TSM, and it's not going their way, Des. It's going the way of Paluh and Nesk once again. For Liquid. They shut down the opener. They put 3 points on the board, and they send a message to the Mexican major.
A big one at that as well. TSM not without contest, and a good few of those rounds look strong, especially in that 3-round burst. Rounds 2 to 4, they did look good, but Liquid unfortunately just looked better. Nesk and Paluh, look at them, by the way. 30 kills between them. How are you